Thank you so much for joining me on this edition of the Late the W podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mahal. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, leave a 5-star review, all of that fantastic jazz. If it's your first time joining, make sure you follow on social media at Late the W pod on all of that. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, we're active on all of those. So, without further ado, let's sound the horn and get into this episode.
The pitch from Acevedo.
Swung on the line down the left field line for a base hit.
Fly ball, gap, right center field. And
Double him up at second.
Luke is going back to the 1-8 track. Get out the right, run and bust it, grandma. It is grand salami time.
And we send Seattle to the American League Championship Series for the first time in 24 years.
The Mariners won exactly one ball game against the not Oakland A's. They lose the series 2 out of 3, and they continue to scuffle. Julio's been good lately. Cal had 3 straight home runs. Naylor's starting to figure it out, but the bullpen has become, I don't even know what it is. It's a trash show. Jeff, how are we doing?
This baseball team, April 23rd, we're recording, and I'm at the point of this baseball team. Why?
Yeah, pretty much. I've turned a couple of these games off for the first time this season. I have not watched the later innings. I chose to watch hockey instead of the Seattle Mariners on Tuesday night. That was an experience.
Against teams that are not named the Houston Astros, we're 7-15. The Astros, against teams not named the Houston Astros, are 10-16. They have more wins against the rest of the league than we do.
I mean, they have played more games against the rest of the league than we have.
Okay. Let's report back in 4 days.
Fair point.
They have an unfair advantage.
That's what I'm saying.
The funniest thing, I know we'll get to this later. Mitch Garver is the best ABS catcher of all time.
Oh my God. It's incredible.
What is this?
I'm
yelling.
It's amazing. I love it.
Homeboy took a pitch with 2 strikes yesterday that could not have been placed more in the middle of the plate as a hitter. But he can tell while catching whether or not the baseball touched less than 1/10 of an inch of the strike zone.
He's
How?
remarkable. He's remarkable. He's a talented guy.
Is he remarkable? Is that the takeaway?
I think the Mitch Garver breakout is here. And only because of his ABS skills. Cal Raleigh can't touch ABS.
Move Cal to DH. Get him out of there. Garver's the answer. No more Ref Snyder at bats. Garver full-time.
I mean, then at least we have a full-time DH. No more platoons. Dan Wilson can't pinch hit.
Yeah, because Cal switch hits. If he was just lefty, he'd platoon him.
I think that we need a full switch hitting lineup. I think it's time.
That might be the true Jerry answer. Man.
Well, I mean, Jerry does set up all these game plans and game scripts, it sounds like.
You're spoiling the show on how to fix the team.
Hey.
12 switch hitters.
12 switch hitters. Oh, my God. Well, on Tuesday, I did an episode talking about the Mariners bullpen. Last season, I talked about the Mariners bullpen a lot. And I talked about how at the deadline, I wasn't sure if going and getting bats was going to be enough or even was going to be the right path. I talked about how I thought just going and putting everything into the bullpen would have been a really reasonable, choice. Go get 3 bullpen arms, fill out the rest of that bullpen, then you can just dominate teams with your pitching staff. We get into this A's series, and my singular takeaway is that this bullpen is an arm short. It needs help, and they can't rely on the pile to fix it until June, July.
We have always relied on the pile to fix it.
And when it hasn't worked since what, 2022, when we got Penn Murphy, Justin Topa, Paul Sewald, Casey Sadler all at the same time.
Trent Thornton on that team. We won every single game by one run, and the whole league was like, this isn't sustainable. It's like, yeah, it is sustainable if your bullpen is untouchable for 4 months for some reason.
And now we can't win close games. They're 4-9 in 2-run games this year, or less. What is the Mariners? Like, what is their identity as a team?
You remember when we were bad? The majority of your life.
Oh yeah.
You and I watched the Mariners no matter what, and it was always fun to play against the Astros. It was always fun to play against the Yankees or the Red Sox, whoever was winning the league at that time. How is this team going to handle getting everyone's best? Because we are the division champs. We are the favorites. We are still the favorites to win the division. How are we going to handle getting teams not falling asleep on us like they did even a year ago? Our large son, Nick Kurtz, is very, very, very good at baseball, and his average exit velocity in the series was like 101. People want to beat us. It's their Super Bowl. Nice hat.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. Our bullpen, the second we go from a starting pitcher to a relief pitcher, the other team breathes a sigh of relief and gets excited, unless it's Castillo leaving, and is ready to go. God, the A's are a horrible matchup for us. Bad pitching for them and great hitting. That is our kryptonite.
Unless it's the Houston Astros. Then we can beat them.
Unless it's Houston. Because
that's another level of pitching staff. That's a minor league pitching staff. 2/3 of the A's lineup yesterday, Jeff, had a ball hit over 95 miles an hour off Logan Gilbert. That's not going to cut it.
We are 28th in the league in hard hit percentage, and it was a really popular thing on the broadcast the last 3 days. The broadcast, which is getting better. I like Ryan Healy. We talked a little bit about this. It's just a hot topic. They were like, look how hard the Athletics are hitting the ball. Not ideal for us. Looking around the league, why are the Braves winning all of their games? Their pitching and hitting are insane. Every single player on their team has an OPS plus over 100. They have 10 players with an OPS plus over 100. Their 3 bench guys have an OPS plus of 90. So the Braves are doing everything right. Why are the Yankees winning? They have Ben Rice, who's leading the league in OPS, and their pitching is better than everyone's by a bazillion right now. It's still a small sample size. The Mariners are either average or good at everything except defense. Why do we keep losing games? Our WRC plus as a team is 100. That sounds right. That rings true. 26th in baseball defensively according to Fangraphs, just like their overall team rankings. We're 6th in team ERA, 7th for starters, 8th for bullpen, 19th in runs scored. I'm like, we just can't do 2 things in a row well together to save our lives right now. We do one of them well and one poorly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff just sort of not fitting together right now, and average or better in a lot of spots. The lineup started to sort of figure it out, but at the same time, since April 8th, this bullpen is 15th in ERA. So there are issues, and if you want to look at xERA, they're even worse. They're 28th right now in xERA since April 8th. That xERA, 5.36. Not good enough. And part of that is because they've had a couple games where they're losing by 2-3 runs, and then they're calling on the 3 guys that shouldn't be in this bullpen, whether it was Casey Legumina before he got DFA'd. Thank you, baseball gods. Whether it's not yet Alex Hoppe, I'm excited to see what he can bring. Whether it was Cooper Criswell, whether it was Cole Wilcox. They were giving up runs pretty much every outing, and now you've seen Munoz, Spire, Bazardo, Ferrer all give up runs. Who do you trust in this bullpen right now to be able to go 2 straight days and get 2 scoreless 1-inning outings? Like
In a
nobody.
row?
In a row. Nobody.
Nobody.
That's a problem.
I guess Brash is playing well. We should not throw the baby out with the bathwater.
But they're not utilizing Brash in a way
Well,
where he's going to be able to do that. They're like, let's throw Brash out there in the 6th inning, and then we'll throw Legumina out there in the 8th. Which, like, you know what? Like, I get it, but Monday was really stupid. You're like, let's waste Ferrer and Brash, and then we have nobody else to cover the 8th and 9th innings if this game is tied. Like, what is the point of that? Then you don't have them for the next 2 days.
what was a worse loss, Monday against the A's or last Wednesday against the Padres? To me,
I think Monday.
They're both catastrophically stupid.
I think
least-
Monday just because Wednesday happens. Like, that's like your bullpen will have like a bad explosion every once in a while.
Yep.
But just like not having the guys in there, it feels worse.
This team is a lot of things, and the baseball season is super long. Our Mariners ball club that we love cannot lead a game 3-0 and lose. It's not going to be. That's not a thing we can do. Period.
They need to win the close games. I mean, that's been their identity for this entire era of Mariners baseball. And that relies on really 2 things. It relies on, number one, clutch hitting, which has been sparingly used by this Mariners team so far. It also relies on a bullpen that is going to be able to keep games where they are as soon as the starter exits, whether the starter's exiting in the 5th, whether the starter's exiting in the 6th. And then the third thing sort of plays on top of that. We need these starters to not go 5 innings, whatever Logan Gilbert did. What was it, 3 innings, 4 innings?
Yesterday,
Yeah.
4.
Like, I
Four
just want
ugly
6 innings. I
4
want
ugly
6 innings. And Emerson Hancock's been great, and I don't expect him to be a guy that's going to be out there going 6 innings every start. But when you have Hancock and Castillo
4
back to
innings,
back,
confirmed.
4 innings? Okay.
Yeah.
So when you have Hancock and Castillo back to back, neither of those guys are going 6 innings. So that's a guaranteed 8 innings already you have to cover with your bullpen right there. Then you need Logan Gilbert to reset your bullpen. Logan Gilbert hasn't been a guy that can reset your bullpen in a year plus the start of this year. That's why Brian Wu should be at the head of this rotation, because he's a guy that can reset this bullpen. And then you go Wu, Gilbert, and then I think Kirby after that. That's the frustration for me. It's like, how do you win 3 games in a row right now when your bullpen's covering like 12 to 13 innings in a series?
Forgive my positivity for one moment, because we're on a roll. We are right. If we win either Monday or last Wednesday, then in the last 13 games, we're 8-5. And we're still frustrated, but we feel better. We're 7-6 in our last 13. We are playing fine, I guess. Uninspired, fine baseball. And our 2, 3, and 4 hitters are hitting. How are we going to win 3 games in a row? That honestly feels like a thing that is not within our reach. Sweeping a team that's not the Astros right now without being gifted 34 innings of relief pitching, it sounds too daunting.
Yeah, and I look at the breakdown of the bullpen, right? So you have 5 guys, I would say, that you can trust right now in leverage situations. And
5?
I'm going to throw Ferrer and Bizardo in there just to be positive as much
Munoz!
as possible. Yeah. I don't disagree.
I'm sorry.
I'll save it for later on what I wish would have happened a year ago. But, God, they really need another arm.
We need another arm. It has to happen. It needs some. So we're going to talk about this. We could talk about it now. A year ago, Trent Thornton pitched all the time. It drove me insane. Look at your face. Flip that for the social. Trent Thornton pitched all the time for us. It drove me insane. And then he got hurt on that crazy play after he'd been hot for like 2 months. Yeah, his Achilles. It was a crazy play. It looked so horrible. And then the team, the bullpen, put his jersey up in the rafters like he passed away for the rest of the season. He did not die. He is still with us on this planet. And it's like, okay, is this a dumb baseball thing where like Trent Thornton was the leader and like a clubhouse guy. Do we need to go find a babysitter for the bullpen?
Do they
I,
miss Stephen Vogt out there? Like,
yes. I miss
I love
Stephen Vogt.
Nola, but what does a bullpen coach actually? Does a bullpen coach do anything?
What's Lord Farquhar's job? I can't remember. This will be the second show in 3 weeks where we're like, take them to get ice cream together.
That's an off day. First off day in forever.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I was saying though is, let's say all 5 guys are trustworthy in this bullpen right now.
Thank
That's
you for remembering to keep
still
going.
in a 3-game series requires your starter to go 6 innings in all 3 games for that to work. Okay, game 1. Let's say your starter goes 6 innings, you're up by a run. All right, you're gonna go use Ferrer, Brash, Munoz. You win the game. Game 2, 6 innings, you're up by a run. Same scenario. Okay, you just used Ferrer, Brash, Munoz. Well, ideally, what you want to be able to do then is go Bizzardo, Spire, Munoz. Okay, so then you have Brash as well as Ferrer, both available for the final game, and you can have the back-to-back of Spire or Bizzardo. Now, Munoz is going to be down for game 3. Okay, game 3. Come out of the 6th inning, going into the 7th, you're up by a run. Same scenario. Okay, you're going to go Ferrer or Bizzardo, and then Spire, and then Brash. That's ideally what this bullpen should do. Now, here's the problem. After that, what happens? That 4th game, okay, Munoz should be able to throw, but that's the 3rd time in 4 days. Brash has gone back-to-back. Brash has gone, would be 3rd time in 4 days. Spire's gone back-to-back. He's down. Bizzardo, if he pitches, would be down. That'd be back-to-back. So then what happens when your starter doesn't go 6 innings? Well, then you're using 4 of the 5 guys in game 1. Okay, well, then what happens when your starter goes 5 innings the next game? Okay, well, then you're using 4 of the 5 guys again. Okay, well, at least 3 of them are down for game 3. How are you supposed to win game 3? It relies on you winning game 1 and game 2 or blowing a team out. All this to say, the Mariners bullpen is an arm short, and there's no real easy solution in sight until we get to July.
I have one idea. Are you ready? Are you ready for it now?
I'm ready.
It's a guy. The reason I thought about it is because you talked about it all offseason as an intriguing possibility. I think we can go get Devin Williams right now. I think the Mariners could call the Mets right now. The Mets are in shambles. That guy needs out of New York City. The Seattle press. Do you think he's going to be intimidated by Adam Jude and the constant questions from Shannon Drayer? Like, I don't think that's going to bother him. Allow him to come out of the spotlight and just be our 3rd or 4th best reliever. And I think the Mets would do it for a piece, like not a prospect. I think it would cost. My ideal trade is Luis Castillo for Devin Williams. Call it in. So, love you, Luis. I would even do Luis Castillo and Luke Raley for Devin Williams. I would. And move Brendan Donovan to the outfield and bring up Colt Emerson. This could happen in like a month or so.
Luke Raley's been your best hitter.
Uh-huh. Let's cash in.
You think Luke Raley's just a bad hitter?
I do.
Okay, let's move into this segment then.
Okay.
Luke Raley, Leo Rivas, the LRs, what are they? What do we expect from them? Let's start with Luke Raley. Jeff, go.
31 years old, career 114 OPS plus, 170 OPS plus right now. His career OPS is 756, is currently at 942. He started a career with the Dodgers at 26 years old. This is right before they started buying every single player and not using their minor league system to bring players up, but just to trade. Then he spent 2 years in Tampa Bay, one of them very good. In 2023, he slashed 249, 333, and 824 in 118 games. That year, he only had 33 plate appearances versus left-handed pitching. Did okay, though. His career, he only has 194 plate appearances versus a left-handed player and 1,100 versus righties. So he is that platoon player. He is in every way a platoon player. Um, it reminds me, remember when Polanco couldn't hit switch for like a month last year? And we were like, let's just try it. And after like 3 at bats, we were like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
we can't do this. Uh, we are not going to yell at Dan Wilson right now anymore. We're mad at Jerry Dipoto. Like, this seems to be an organizational default. And for the people yesterday that watched the game were like, oh, look, Garver comes in and Refsnyder comes in and we score a run, we take the lead. Where's all the platoon talk now? Where's all the negativity? It's in the 8th inning against righties, Garver and Refsnyder struck out in the most embarrassing ways you can strike out.
Yep.
It was the same problem. It just happened at a different time. And instead of being up 5-3 and letting Munoz have a 2-run cushion, it ended up being 4-4. We had to win it in the 9th. Luke Raley, his power is limited. His power in our lineup, it's sporadic. He's been on our team for 3 years. Like, it comes and goes with the wind. Last year he was hurt and didn't have it. And 2, you're skeptical. This is a great time to cash in. He's not going to, like, you think he's going to keep this up? You think he's going to be an 800 plus OPS guy for this season against righties? That sounds cool. I'm skeptical.
Okay. I think that he can 100% be an 800 plus OPS guy. He showed in 2023 and 2024. He broke out in 2023 at 28 years old. 824 OPS. He showed he can be pretty much a 20 home run guy that's hitting about 250 with a 129 WRC plus. He showed he can do that in 2023. He comes to the Seattle and we're like, well, can he do that again? He puts up the exact same WRC plus. He was a 129 WRC plus 2 straight years. And I chalk last year up purely to injuries. Now, is he going to be a 167 WRC plus lighting the world on fire like he is right now? No, that shouldn't be the expectation. But he is your best option right now for a strong side platoon option. If you lose Luke Raley, who the hell is on this roster? If it's Dom Canzone playing every day, which I love Dom Canzone, but Dom Canzone and Luke Raley, well, they're kind of the same guy. They're also 2 of your best hitters right now. And without them, this lineup looks very different.
I am ready for full-time Dominic Canzone is what my answer is to that.
I think that's fair.
So my answer to your question is Brendan Donovan moved to the outfield. Dominic Canzone plays full-time, either outfield or DH, and Colt Emerson plays third base. Colt's hurt right now, so this is kind of a moot point overall.
Yeah. I mean, I look at that and I'm like, well, I mean, that option doesn't really work till the middle of May at least. I mean, Colt's hurt. He's been out, 5 days with a wrist injury right now. But he's sort of still figuring out that AAA pitching. And like when he comes up, there's no guarantee he's going to be a quality player. And this Mariners team, when we get to the middle of May, let alone the beginning of May, needs to start freaking winning some baseball games with consistency, and is losing a Luke Raley, who is one of the only guys with pop in this lineup right now, really, really like a reasonable option. I don't think so. I think Luke Raley is a guy that's going to be 25 to 30% above league average, put up 2 to 2.5 wins, and hit around 20 home runs. And I think that's a really valuable player.
That's what I want. I want that to happen. I do not think that that's going to happen. I believe that at 31 years old, if you have a year where you're injured last year, the idea that like that's not going to happen again is fine. I'm worried this is the peak of his power. I'm worried this is the best case scenario for Luke Raley and that it's going to go downhill from here. I am interested in cashing in. It's not something we're going to do. Even for like a relief pitcher that could just stop the bleeding. Maybe not Devin Williams. That's expensive, but like, there's got to be someone out there. He's better than Harry Ford, and he's worth more than Harry Ford was.
Harry Ford. Oh my God. Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Poor Sir Harry.
Yeah.
Let's move into Leo Rivas.
You're going to be shocked with my after me being uncomfortable with Luke Raley. You're going to be shocked by my positivity about Leo Rivas.
Don't do this.
Leo Rivas is 28 years old. He's played 111 games played. He's a career 84 plus OPS plus. I see so much negativity online about Leo Rivas. Man, he is king of taking 2 pitches, being down 0-2, working the count full, and then striking out anyway. Good God, is he good at that? His stats say he's an above average defensive shortstop. The Fangraphs analytics have him as a below average third baseman. I take that with a grain of salt. He hasn't played a ton of third base, and my eyes tell me that he is an above average defender. I don't know if you have any comment on that.
He looks below average to me.
Okay. His career on base percentage is .342. Right now, his on base for us is .279. His batting average is .143. Dude has been getting on base with like no hits, 14% of the time getting a hit. I think that there's more in there, and he's gonna start hitting the ball. We don't need power. We just need that lineup card turnover. He's playing below what he is. The alternate option to Leo Rivas is Miles Mastrobuoni, who's on the 60-day IL. But like that's the comp from last year where it's a versatile utility guy. And Leo Rivas hits switch, so we don't have to worry about Dan being a weirdo. It is valuable.
I mean, I would say the switch hitting capabilities makes Dan a weirdo in the first place, though. And here's the problem, right? I love cousin Leo Rivas. I love what he brings to this team. I love a lot of what he does. But he's not an everyday player. He is a bench utility guy that is the next man up for the infield, if not the second next guy up. He should not be playing every day. He's been overexposed so far this season because Donovan's dealt with injury. JP dealt with injury prior to that. He really shouldn't be starting 3 times a week or more. He should be starting maybe once, maybe twice a week, moving in as a pinch runner, sometimes as a pinch hitter, I guess, if Dan wants to, but I would prefer against that. And he's a guy that can go in defensively, move around the infield, be average up the middle, and be slightly below average at third base where he doesn't really have any range. And when you have a guy at third base with 0 or negative range like Rivas or Donovan, and then you have a guy at shortstop with JP Crawford, who is absolutely atrocious as a defender, especially with range, it causes a problem on the left side of that infield. So look, ultimately, what is Leo Rivas? I think he's like a 4A utility player. I don't think he's going to be on a major league roster for any sort of consistency, and I think that's the issue right now.
The Mike Carp of this generation, a quadruple A player at its finest.
Exactly.
I think there's more in the Leo Rivas tank after like diving into everything and being like, okay, I actually think these numbers can pick up. I hear what you're saying. It's hard to pick up those numbers when you play every single day and not like take a breath and be at your best. So I'll give you that. One of our exercises for today, are you still going on, Leo?
No, I'm good.
Was to magically change one thing. What could you, if you had the power to magically change one thing realistically, what would be your top 3 picks? You can't add Ohtani, but what's something that's relatively possible? All of mine have been covered, so I'm just going to rattle through them really quickly and you can add to it. But like, trade Luke Raley was one of mine. Like, let's cash in. You disagree, and that's fine. If you're going to keep Luke Raley, he has to stay in the game if he starts, and you can platoon him in the 8th or 9th inning. I can't not see this anymore. I can't see him getting pulled in the 5th. That's a waste of his time. Let him face a lefty in the 5th because he's going to face a righty in the 8th. Make the other team make bad choices later in the game. He can't get pulled in the 5th or 6th anymore. I can't see it. Also, when he subs in like the 5th inning, his next at bat is going to be against the lefty. It's frustrating. That's not how platoons work. Do it later. I want another reliever. I throw out Devin Williams. go get someone. We've already talked about this. I want more at bats and outfield time for Dominic Canzone, and those were my things that I wrote down for this segment. So I want to hear yours, but we covered all of mine already.
Yeah. You covered one of mine. Well, kind of two of them, but especially one of them. My third one was no pinch hitting prior to the seventh inning. I'm sick of it. You shouldn't
Stop.
be pinch hitting when a guy has another at bat guaranteed. The only caveat is if this bullpen that you're facing has like 4 lefties in it that are all good. The only caveat, because then it's like, okay, well, they're probably going to throw a lefty in there later. And if you have like 2 guys on now, all right, this might be your best situation. But also, if you're going to be a team that's going to pinch hit in the 6th inning, put another lefty on the freaking bench.
Put another lefty in the bench. That team doesn't exist, by the way. The 4 lefties in the pen.
No. Well,
Astros,
Texas
when they're
has, like,
fully healthy,
3.
they will never be fully healthy. Ever.
Yeah. There are teams with like 3 lefties, though. I mean, teams with 2 good lefties. You look at Sacramento. I'm going to call them Oakland. I don't really care. When you look at Oakland, right, the biggest issue with this series was like, okay, on Monday night, you're pinch hitting for Luke Raley in the 6th inning. They have 2 lefties in their pen. The good one is in right now. The other one got called up from AAA that morning. He's not pitching in the 8th inning or the 9th inning of a close game. Luke Raley would get another righty. Like, that's the issue with it.
We're yelling at Dan less because the pre-game decisions are made for him. These are not things that you can feel or touch or hug. It's just like, here's what we're going to do. It's like handed to him. If you want a job, do these things. We have to adjust the platoon. It doesn't need to go away. That's not what we're asking for. It has to be adjusted.
Throw the script into the freaking fire. That is not how baseball works.
A fire, a river, the ocean. Pick something to destroy it.
The reason we love baseball is because it's not a sport that is at all going to be able to be scripted prior to the game. There's a randomness to baseball where you have to be able to adjust in real time. And if you're not giving your manager the ability to do that, take him out of the dugout, just make him a cheerleader, put him in one of those fancy outfits, and that's all he's there for.
What is the purpose of a manager, if not to feel the game?
It's changed over time, and like, if the Mariners are like, our manager is only there to be our guy's hype man and like be the guy that's kind of like, here's what we're doing. And if your analytics is like, we're down by 1 run in the 7th inning, let's go use our 3 trashy bullpen guys, this game's going to go out of hand. That doesn't make sense. Show some belief in your guys, because those guys look at that and they're like, what the hell is happening here? We're going to go down 3 runs and then there's no shot of us coming back. This needs to be a team where when you're down 1 run or 2 runs in the 7th or 8th inning, you're like, here we go. We got this. This lineup can do this. We have some clutch genes that I don't know where the hell they came from. But when we're down 7-1 in the 3rd inning and Dylan Moore comes up with an opportunity for a grand slam against the Houston Astros in the 8th inning, he's going to go hit that grand slam. We're going to win that game. That needs to be what this team's identity is. Go back to what this team is. Why are we trying to be something we're not?
This current iteration of this team is relying too much on a weekly 8-0 victory that we just cannot come up with right now. Like that game against the Guardians, that Sunday night baseball game where Hancock, he dealt, but he also was like, oh, I have 8 runs of support. I can go pitch freely. That's what we need once a week, and we don't have it. And this is the result, is we're 5 games under 500 yesterday. We're 4, but frustrating.
Look, I'm a Jerry truther. I'm a Justin truther. I'm a front office truther. But there are some legit flaws with the roster build of this team right now. They're like legit. I think there are holes in this roster that I didn't see possible. And if what you're saying is right, where they're like, we think we can get an 8-0 win every week. That's not how you play baseball. You should be like, all right, we're going to win every game 1-2 to 0,
yeah,
or 3-0, 4-3, whatever it may be. And then if we get an 8-0 win, that's how you sweep a team, not how you win a series.
Will we be a 2-1 victory team for my whole life? I'm just sorry. I'm just thinking about my entire life. It's flashing before my eyes right now.
Is it
I
flashing
want to be
before your
different.
eyes?
I want to be
Well, let's
cool.
get into my 2 other changes then, Jeff, so that we can change away from that. My number 1,
Life is
you
short.
kind of talked about this. Give me an everyday right fielder, please. I want a guy that doesn't have to be as good of a hitter as Luke Raley. Give me a 110 WRC plus, but a guy that is slightly above average defensively and can face right-handed pitching and can face left-handed pitching. So Jerry DiPoto, Dan Wilson, the script don't have to be involved when a lefty or a righty comes out of the bullpen.
The script is a good nickname for them. Let's remember that. And can I interest you in 2 of those 3? Dominic Canzone is the slowest human being I've ever seen, so I can't give you
Oh
good
my
defense.
God. What about Josh Naylor?
I would take Josh Naylor in a race.
What'd you think about that sender on third base last week for Josh Naylor?
My take on this isn't as good. We had been sucking at baseball, and I think the third base coach was like, well, let's try something. I actually didn't hate it as much as you all did.
And he hadn't even touched third base when the left fielder got it.
He looked at Josh Naylor, and his brain said 30 stolen bases a year ago. He forgot that he's slower than me.
Oh my God, this team.
This team, we make
this team
one
is too much.
bad decision every single game, and it hurts us. Teams make bad decisions all the time, and for some reason it goes unnoticed or unprompted or unhurt.
Yep. Okay, my third change, Jeff. I wish we had gotten Joan Duran last deadline. Oh my God. I will forever wonder what that package was. I've mentioned this probably 3 straight episodes now, but
yeah.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if we had him in the bullpen? I think we probably would have done the whole thing last year. And I think right now, we would be a whole lot better than we are.
Yeah, is he closing now? Probably.
Oh, I think he's hurt actually right now, but he just got hurt like 3 days ago. So yeah, he's been closing for Philly.
Do you have that package that Philly gave? It could.
They never released it, I don't think.
It couldn't have cost the fear. Like, could it have been Harry Ford a year ago? Maybe.
Who knows? I mean, the thing is, it's like the package that the Phillies gave up wasn't even all that like insane. Like,
Yeah.
And reportedly the Mariners was like slightly better, but Minnesota said, let's trade him out of the American League because we're the Minnesota Twins, who apparently mean something.
We're here to compete.
To us, who we play next week. Let's beat them just so that I can not complain about Joan Duran not being traded to Seattle Mariners.
The schedule does afford some. It could afford some victories coming up. Before we move,
I said that prior to the Ace series.
Well, we were wrong. Before we go into previewing the Cardinals, David Schoenfield of ESPN wrote a trade candidate article yesterday. So each team, who would they trade if they had to trade someone? It was right up my alley. Perfect April article, like completely unnecessarily throwing people under the bus. Dominic Canzone was our candidate for him, and it just made me even more resolute that we should not trade Dominic Canzone. I just love him so much, and when his bat hits the ball so hard, and just it's so nice on this team because we have so many guys that are Julio bound and determined to hit a ground ball, or Naylor just plunking it over the middle infield. Having said that, so like Raley, Dominic Canzone, Robles, whatever. The idea that someone could want to overpay for one of those guys right now, like, okay, for example, the Kansas City Royals have holes in their bats. Like they're literally like they're hitting with toothpicks up there. They look horrible. And they have an outfielder named Isaac Collins who has played every game for them. And he has an OPS plus of 50. He is their Josh Naylor right now, but with not a lot of hope of it turning around. You're telling me they wouldn't overpay for a Luke Raley, a Dominic Canzone, even they might even pay for Robles right now at this point. I do think there are some early opportunities for some teams in a panic. And I think we're fortunate to be in our division. I don't think we need to panic yet. Not yet. David Schoenfield also said that if things get really ugly, trade Logan Gilbert. And I hated that sentence, but I don't like the way Logan is pitching right now.
He might be more frustrating for me than Luis Castillo's been because of the expectation that, like, you're supposed to be a guy at the top of the rotation that's throwing a 6-inning quality start every time. And if you're not, you're throwing a 7-inning quality start.
There's no reason he shouldn't be a Cy Young candidate. Like, that's who Logan Gilbert thinks he is. That's who we think he is.
I mean, maybe he's not. Maybe we get to a point where it's like, all right, we're trading Logan Gilbert instead of George Kirby, which would be a crazy discussion because I've always been to trade George Kirby instead.
And a huge turn from what we expected a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah, it'd be wild.
Okay, that was all I had, so we can move on to the Birds. Jeez, I look tired. This team is making me look so tired.
Oh, my God. Okay, so Brendan Donovan not going to get to play in his homecoming. We play the St. Louis Cardinals this weekend. Who are they starting, Jeff? They're starting Andre Palante, Matthew Liberatore, Michael McGreevy. Have you heard of any of those guys?
Mariner killers.
Mariner killers. Oh, my God.
The less I know about the pitcher, the better they're going to be against us.
Oh, no. That's fun.
Lineup. I do feel bad that Brendan Donovan doesn't get to play.
Me too.
I'm like, oh, that actually is a bummer that it worked out this early in the year for him to go back, see the crowd. I assume he'll be there. He can wave still, but it's not the same.
Yeah. That's Mike King. They miss him at the top of the lineup. JP Crawford is not the same.
They have a way better record than us, right? They're like 14-9.
Yeah, they've been ridiculously good. But if you look at their team, they're 22nd in OPS, 23rd in ERA from starters, 25th in ERA from relief pitchers. What do we take away from this year so far, Jeff, around the league? Baseball's freaking weird.
Baseball is baseball.
Baseball is baseball. Yeah, they're 14-10. JJ Weatherholt's been 11% above league average at the top of their lineup. Ivan Herrera, also 11% above league average. Alec Burleson, future Mariner, 26% above league average. Jordan Walker, 68% above league average. That's the guy to watch for this weekend. He will probably kill them. Him and future Mariner Alec Burleson. Mason Wynn, 17% above league average. The rest of their lineup sucks.
It sucks.
Pretty much. We face 5, 1, and 2 in their rotation. For context, though, their 3-starter is Dustin May, who has a 5.84 ERA.
Yeah, I was going to say, their 5, 1, and 2 is meaningless to me.
Doesn't matter.
Don't hit the catcher, right? He gets mad when he gets hit. That's the thing for the Cardinals. Contreras.
I don't know. I only know.
Oh, no, he's on Boston now. Never mind. I didn't even do that on purpose. That was an accident.
Oh, my God. Wilson Contreras. That's good stuff.
Yep.
Bullpen-wise.
Ours?
Riley O'Brien.
Oh, good.
No. I'm done with our bullpen. No more discussing our bullpen. Riley O'Brien has yet to give up a run so far this year. Oh, Jojo Romero is going to be a Mariner at the deadline. He has been solid so far this season. Ryan Stanek. Next guy in their bullpen, according to Fangraphs roster resource.
Blonde, long hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy we traded to the Mets.
That's right.
Rylan Thomas.
Good trade for both.
All knowledge. Guess what his ERA is right now?
I'm going to say 6.
9.
I was trying to be nice.
They got a nice top 2 guys at the top of their rotation. You're going to see a lot of Jojo Romero this series. They have 2 lefties in their bullpen. The other one is Justin Bruhl. He has a 5.84 ERA so far this season. That said, he's probably going to be nasty. Surprisingly, Matt Swanson, the guy I talked about in the offseason, he sucked so far this year, 11.8 ERA. He's been really good in the past. He will probably torch them. So their bullpen, well, it's been bad. It's probably going to cook the Mariners, and that's a great experience.
Can't wait. Hey, all we did was talk about how we can't win 3 games in a row. We suck. We're 1-8 on the road. Let's go. Let's go get some wins. This is the perfect time, right when everyone gives up and stops watching.
Well, Jeff, they won 2 out of 3 against Texas at the end of last weekend, and I said, we're back. I started recording Tuesday night, and I'm like, we suck. It's been a roller coaster of a week for me. I don't know what's going to happen this weekend. I would love to be talking to you guys on Sunday night, Monday morning, and the Mariners have won 2 out of 3 games. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Maybe we can beat bad teams and we can win on the road. But realistically, no, that's probably not going to happen. Number one thing you want to see in St. Louis, Jeff?
A win, 2 wins, 3
One
wins.
win.
I am excited to watch Brian Wu pitch. I'm excited to watch Emerson Hancock pitch. The number one thing I'm looking for is a pulse on the road. It's not a good answer, but I'm just like, hey, let's play baseball outside of T-Mobile, and even at T-Mobile would be cool too.
Yeah, I like that. Of course, 2 out of 3. Number one thing I want to see. I really want to see 3 quality starts though.
Yeah.
From this rotation, just like, or even just 3 outings where they can all go 6 innings. That'd be really nice.
It's Kirby, Wu, and Hancock. Let's go win these 3 games.
We can win these 3 games. We should win these 3 games.
If that's not the life of a Mariners fan, like we should win these 3 games. The 6 words that we can live by for the rest of our life. That's a good mute.
Welcome to Mariners baseball. Third thing. My last thing I want to see. An opposite field double into the gap with 2 runners on or the bases loaded. I want to see an opposite field gapped line drive double more than anything else in baseball. That might be my favorite thing in baseball, other than like a huge strikeout looking to end the 7th inning.
Maybe for next episode, I'll figure out how many times. So in that scenario, 2 people have to be on base, and a 3rd person has to get a hit.
Hey,
how many times
they're getting guys on base?
How many times have we gotten 3 in an inning? 3 on bases. It's a small number.
I mean, it happened in the 9th inning yesterday.
In the 1st inning yesterday.
That was the 3rd time there's been an inning where all 3 of those guys had a hit. I think I saw that stat.
This season or ever?
This season.
Oh,
this
wow.
Season. Ever. It probably happened a lot last year because they were good last year.
Those were good times. I remember those.
Good times. Do you have a worst tweet of the week, Jeff?
I did. Go ahead with yours.
Okay. Mine's actually not a worst tweet because I couldn't find a worst tweet when I was looking last night, but I found best tweet. Alex SSN, quote, Mariners got to try something different with this bullpen. No duh. It is the jog to the mound. That's the issue. That's freaking these guys. Bring back the bullpen cart.
I love the bullpen cart.
Bring it back.
Oh, mine was about the person mocking the platoons. We already talked about that. Joey Walker, loyal listener, he wrote to me specifically. It wasn't a tweet. He wrote me. He said, Logan Gilbert's shirt catch is a sign that the baseball gods are on our side. A true turnaround point. This is the kind of analysis your show is missing. So it's not missing it anymore. It's on the show. Also, didn't count as an out, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's what I thought.
The answer is, but why? It didn't hit the ground, and it ended in his hand. Why can Joe Adell go 4 rows into the outfield and it not be a home run, but Logan Gilbert can catch the ball with his shirt, and it's a single?
I mean, if it like bounces off of a player and then a guy catches it, it's an out, right?
Yeah, it can hit your glove, head, but then you can catch it.
So if my glove is like broken, I can't be like, oh, and catch the ball with my hat?
Why would that be an advantage to you? Like, I also was thinking that Logan Gilbert was going to have to run home and block the plate and get the out, like with his body if the guy from third ran home and he couldn't throw it. I was like, let's go.
The guy like it's the NFL.
He has to tag him with his chest. He's like running around, holding the ball like the alien head.
Oh my God.
I was like,
he was so confused where that baseball went.
Make baseball fun again. Come on.
This is the Mariners. We don't play fun baseball, Jeff. Oh my God.
That's all.
Any last notes from you?
That's enough. Stupid.
All right, my last note.
Go win some ball games.
Yeah, pretty much. My last note. Since April 3rd, Julio Rodriguez Hitting 306, 390, 389, just a 27 or 20% strikeout rate, a 10% walk rate, and a 38% hard hit rate. Look, he's getting on base. He's getting some hits. Has he hit for power yet? No.
Is
But this is the best April I've ever seen.
Than his slugging? What did you just say? What was his slash?
390 on base, 389 slug.
That sucks. That sucks.
Oh my god. That's why they're not winning games. They can't slug right now.
Oh my
Maybe we should
gosh.
go back to slugging the crap out of the ball and striking out 4 times in an inning.
He played in the home run derby. He participated. He can do it.
I mean, would you rather this, though, or him striking out 30% of the time to start his season? He's been good.
I don't know.
He hasn't slugged, but he's been good at least. I've been happy with what Julio Rodriguez has done to start this season. He looks relaxed at the plate. When we complained about him putting the bat on his shoulder and making a change 2 weeks into the season, we were wrong.
Okay.
That has fixed him. He has figured out how to be better at the plate.
Hit a ball up, please. Please.
Yeah,
Up.
I agree.
Up in the air.
Yeah, they don't.
You gotta
do that.
grow up chopping wood like he's a lumberjack. He only swings down. Yeah.
Like a hammer. He's trying to throw the hammer down, and he just can't put bat's backspin on the ball. It's all right. It happens.
I love Julio. He's great at baseball. He's not good. He's not an MVP, and that's okay.
Yep.
It's okay.
That is okay. It's okay, though. We got an MVP waiting in Everett and Luke Stevenson. Future MVP. He's a stud. That's my last note of the day. Go win 2 out of 3 in St. Louis. Seahawks, I can't wait to see who you draft in the 2nd and 3rd round once you trade that 1st round pick. It's going to be a blast. NHL playoffs, best playoffs in professional sports. Fight me on it. It's been fantastic. Go watch some hockey. Go watch the NFL draft. Screw the Mariners. Go win 2 out of 3. Go Ebs. Ciao.